What up, Dokkaners? So before yesterday's global Dokkan tweet, I had actually recorded a video in advance that I was going to be releasing today talking about why I think Battle of Gods was a realistic possibility coming up for global. The main clue would be the fact that the LR Goku EZA is going to be happening in a few days. And then of course, LR Beerus and Whis has to happen sometime in the future. Maybe both are going to be dropping on global leading up to a Battle of Gods celebration, either during the upcoming part 2 on global or perhaps during SAIYAN Day. And then we received this little treat on Global Dokkan's Twitter, where they dropped a bingo tournament announcement and they talked about Dokkan Now Volume 7. Now, I quickly made a video last night discussing this, but I didn't have enough time to fully just absorb this information because I was in a bit of a rush. I was very busy yesterday. But after I dropped this video, I realized two more things. Number one, 318 equals March 18th. Number two, bingo was in the Battle of Gods. That was the thing in the Battle of Gods during that whole party to appease Beerus. Vegeta does that whole bingo dance thing. That was a that was a big moment in the Battle of Gods movie, but I completely forgot about it. I was so distracted by Havohai sort of having the bingo thing on his channel that I just completely forgot about that. So all of these things combined with the fact that the global first LR Goku EZA and potentially Beerus and Whis as well made me think, you know what? Battle of Gods could actually happen. So I wanted to re-record this video and discuss my new updated theory as far as why this could happen. But I want to start off with the LR Goku EZA because we have 7 EZAs coming up on global on the 7th of February in just a couple of days. Among those, this is the only EZA that we still don't know what it's going to look like. So I want to give you guys my proposed idea for what the EZA could be. Feel free to share your own thoughts in the comments down below. You can rate my EZA on a scale of 1 to 10 and let me know what you guys think. So before we further dive into all this, let's just start with this one. So Pure Saiyans, actually, let me just show you what he looks like on mine. So Pure Saiyans, Hybrid Saiyans, 130% is the original build. My proposed build will just be to upgrade that to 150. I don't think his leader skill is going to be much of a factor here. If it's not 200%, nobody really cares at this point. So 150% is more than enough, I guess. I would like it to be 160, 170, but I doubt it. Now for the 12 key and the 18 key, both I thought are pretty good. So I didn't really want to change this. I was trying to be reasonable. I didn't just want to, propose a busted, all-out ridiculous unit EZA because I'm not very good at this. So I'm trying to base this on, some semblance of reality. Greatly raising attack and defense for 1 turn, cause colossal. Greatly raised attack and defense for 3 turns, cause mega colossal and greatly lowers defense. I didn't change this. I simply just adjusted the final part of the super attack. So now the 12 key will lower defense and the 18 key will massively lower defense. I was originally thinking of maybe adjusting this 3 turns to 5 turns. That might be a bit busted. I don't know. You could probably argue that is okay. So if you want to change this to 5, feel free. I just decided to keep this at 3, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Let me know what you guys think about that one. And then for the passive. So his base passive is attack plus 77. That's it. His defense comes from having Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans on the team, himself excluded, which means you have to have a full party of 6 being nothing but Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans. And that's normally not a problem because most characters in the game are Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans. But it can be an issue if you're trying to run other teams outside of Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans. Those aren't the only categories in the game. What if you want to run Accelerated Battle? What if you want to run Realm of Gods? Something like that. You can't do that with this passive, and it's very restrictive. So because of that, I decided to change it. So for this part of the passive, I gave him attack and defense plus 120. This alone makes his super attack far more significant than ever before. 120% as your baseline, then greatly raising attack and defense for 3 turns. That makes you way more powerful. Then for the passive, key plus 2 up to 6, attack and defense plus 20 up to 59 for Pure Saiyans, Hybrid Saiyans, self-excluded on the team. I did this because number one, 59% Goku, right? 59, 5.9, sort of, it's almost like 6. It's sort of poetically correct, like it's within the theme of Goku. Plus, this 60% plus 120, that gives you attack and defense plus 180%. That's a pretty nice starting point for all of these stat building super attacks. And then I also wanted to lessen the restriction a little bit. So now, instead of having to have 5 Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans on the team, with this passive, you only need to have 3 Hybrid Saiyans or Pure Saiyans on the team to fully render out his passive. And I think that's a lot better because now if you are on certain teams like Accelerated Battle, you want to bring on Meta Cooler, you want to bring on Jiren or something like that for Realm of Gods, you can do that knowing you are not, hurting this God Goku's passive. So that's why I did that. And I think this is pretty smart. But you know what? You guys can tell me what you think about that. And then for the final part of the passive, he has a high chance to dodge and a high chance to perform a critical hit for 7 turns from the start of the turn. I've adjusted this. Now, for the first 7 turns, 70% chance to dodge and guaranteed performs a critical hit. for 7 turns from the start of the turn, after which he will drop down to a 50% chance to dodge and a 50% chance to perform a critical hit from turn 8 onwards. So his dodge is taken care of, his critical hit is taken care of, meaning all of your efforts can be put into his additional, which is what you should be doing to begin with, given his super attacks already. So I think that this is the perfect build for the unit. Let me know what you guys think about this one, how you would rate this on a scale of 1 to 10. Am I being too conservative? Am I being too OP when it comes to his build? I think this is more than okay, especially since this is a global first. Let's make it a memorable one. So that being said, now let's move on. So with the God Goku EZA dropping on global in a couple of days, when could we see LR, Beerus, and Whis? We still have no idea when this could be releasing. In my previous video, which I highly recommend you guys go watch, it's talking about all upcoming EZAs on global. I talk about how this tethered to the notion that these type EZA missions that we've been having on global could potentially dictate what could be coming up. This is a very important detail to consider. I'm not going to go over the whole thing in depth again. You guys should go watch that video. But basically, every single type needs to get 10 steps of EZAs between now and March 17th. March 17th is the end of the Bardock Dokkan Festival celebration, ergo, right before Saiyan Day. So if all of these 10-step EZAs have to be completed on every single type before Saiyan Day, that means we have to have 10 EZAs for AGL, 10 EZAs for Int, STR, Tech, and Physical. Physical has yet to be announced yet here, but it eventually will be. So again, go watch that video. I explain all of it. So all we got to do is looking through the list of EZAs that are coming up, we just have to account for 10 steps of EZAs across all of these. If we don't count the Baba Shop TURs, and we don't count the Godku and the Kid Goku, I mean, we actually could count these. The LR Godku gives you 3 steps because an LR EZA gives you 3 steps. A Dokkan Festival TUR gives you 7 steps. So 7 plus 3, that's 10. So your Int mission is done. AGL has already been done because we've already had a few EZAs on AGL. For the Tech one, let's look through. We've got Tech Bardock. Okay, so there's 3 right there. Then we could either, or actually that's not 3, that's 7, right? This is a TUR, so 7 steps taken care of right there. We need 3 more. We could either get the Tech LR Oob Battlefield EZA, or we could get the Tech Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku EZA. And if that happens, then that means that the Hachiak Goku LR celebration for part 2 on Yamcha could be coming up early and dropping here on global instead, which is a very realistic possibility. So if that happens, well, then Tech is taken care of. But what about STR? Because even with STR, we've got the Bardock, which is 7 steps. There is no other EZA that is STR at any point in this list except for Super Buu, which just dropped on JP. That's not happening. That's for the 8-year anniversary. That would mean Beerus and Whis. So if this were to follow suit, perhaps Beerus and Whis' EZA could be dropping sometime before the end of the Bardock celebration. And if that happens, then we would have had both Battle of Gods EZAs dropping before Saiyan Day. And if Saiyan Day is what they are going to be focusing on in this Dokkan Now Volume 7, well then, this could be Battle of Gods. Because again, with those 2 EZAs established, and the fact that we are doing bingo for the first time, this has got to mean something more significant than just a throwaway Dokkan Now. Now, there's one last thing. This is kind of a reach. I will admit this is a bit of a reach, but this could also further corroborate my theory. If we look at the Kid Goku Dokkan Festival banner, of all the units that are here, the ones that we really care about would be Kid Goku and Hachan. Everybody else we have said are not units that you necessarily want to be focusing on, because not because they're bad, but because they're old. These units are in dire need of EZAs, barring the Turles, as he already has one. Raditz, Videl, well, Raditz isn't old, but Videl, Bojack, and Beerus. What if Beerus ends up getting an EZA during the Saiyan Day celebration that would retroactively boost the value of this celebration banner? Which, yeah, would be unfortunate, you know, in hindsight, to be like, man, I should have summoned. People might probably say that. But at the same time, seeing this here, maybe this is just another theory or another hint at what could be coming up, because that would also strengthen the value of this banner. This banner's bad, right? So if Saiyan Day comes up and then they say Beerus is getting an EZA, then people might be like, oh, you know what? I should have summoned on the Kid Goku banner, which would make a lot of sense. So those reasons, some of them might be a bit of a stretch, some of them a little bit more tangible. I feel like all of these point to a realistic possibility that Saiyan Day is going to be Battle of Gods. And I think that it would be really, really great if we got a Goku Dokkan Festival where he has the intro where he goes, I'm not gonna let you destroy my world. If they do that, I think that would be peak Saiyan Day. We have had Saiyan Day celebrations mainly themed around legendary characters in Saiyan lore, right? We had Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. We had AGL Bardock, who is a legendary Super Saiyan in his own right. You could argue he was the legendary Super Saiyan, not Broly. So, you know, with those two being some of the more recent themes for Saiyan Day, obviously we had Majin Vegeta last year. I know that kind of breaks the argument, but with the fact that we've had other, you know, mythological Saiyan type, you know, lore in the Saiyan Day celebrations, what if they further that by giving us the legendary Super Saiyan God? You know, I think that would be great. I think that would make a lot of sense, and that would make for a very memorable Saiyan Day celebration. Plus, with JP having just introduced the charge skill, the finisher skill, the standby phase, and all that stuff, what if they do something similar with the Super Saiyan God that gives us like a charge mechanic where you've got the other Saiyans sort of, you know, standing in ritual form around Goku. They're sort of like protecting him or something like that. I don't know. And then you ultimately have the charge skill payoff by having God Goku ascend to Super Saiyan God. I think that'd be pretty cool. That would also be a very clever way to integrate the new mechanic that JP just had into a Saiyan Day celebration. So those are my thoughts. Those are my theories. I feel like it makes a lot of sense in my head. Hopefully I was able to articulate all that stuff pretty well. I just want to know what you guys think. Does this seem like a realistic possibility to you? Do you think that Beerus and Whis will be global first as well? I think that will be, but let me know what you guys think. And overall, I am starting to unfortunately hype myself up a little too much on the Saiyan Day celebration. But you know what? Don't blame me. Blame Global Dokkan. Why would they do this? Why would they do bingo of all things, right? There's gotta be something there. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about my LR God Goku EZA build. Do you think it's realistic? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? What do you guys think could be coming up for Saiyan Day? Do you think it's going to be Battle of Gods theme? Do you think it could be something else? Does any of my stuff make sense? Not make sense? What happens to my poor King Vegeta? Oh no! Oh, King Vegeta! Oh, you know what? You're gonna have to wait till next year. You are a sacrifice I'm willing to make if it means getting Godku on. No. King Vegeta, relax. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know I'm going to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly. Super Saiyan God. He's finally achieved it.